Well, this week there's been a lot of bad stuff going on the trail. Hey, Kenobi, it's been a tough week for the trail. We've had fire out there on the trail that's closed down sections of the trail. We've had the disease that happens, or the sickness that happens every single year that came in early this year, and that is the vomit sickness. Talk about that in a minute. And we've had a lost dog on the trail that still hadn't been found, and it has been rough for the thru hikers on the Appalachian Trail. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm Ramdino. I come to you here just about every single week, bringing you the information out there for the thru hikers, what's going on the trail, supporting the thru hiker community and just the hiker community in general. This is a community channel, so a lot of this information comes from you out there, the viewers, and I greatly appreciate you sending that kind of stuff in to me. Can't always include all of it, just for brevity's sake, but thanks a lot. Keep sending me in the information and the trail stuff you got out there. Let's go ahead and see what's going on the trail out there. So we got Boogie. He has made it to Hot Springs. He's taken a few zeros because his knees are screaming. Beatnik has made it to Hot Springs, started at Amicalola there at Amicalola State Park on February 7th. Should be getting close to Hampton, Tennessee by now. Adam is 60 miles south of the Shenandoah National Park and should be entering the park early next week. He said he's passed 3 other thru hikers since Irwin. Going to talk about Shenandoah right now. The trail is shut down in Shenandoah National Park. Bob Stack, he was originally riding from the High Point Shelter, which is about 43 miles from the park, but he has gotten into the park now. Says there are many fires in the region after a lot of wind, even after the rain that we've had up there. And he says apparently there's been one started on the AT somewhere around Thornton Gap and the Shenandoah National Park Visitor Center. He was talking to a ranger, and the trail was closed from Thornton Gap to Matthews. And he says that it's a sense that it's going to be like that all week. Looking at some updates, it may be longer than that. It looked like an electrical line blew down, and it apparently started from outside the park, and there's a possibility that a shelter in the park has been burned. So we'll talk about that a little more here in just a minute. Tick Maggot, he's checked in after passing the knock and sends in this video.
Hey Ramdino, it's a Tick Magnet here. Oh, David. At any rate, been doing good on the trail so far. Today I've reached NOC, Hill Outdoor Center there. So actually I'm hiking the opposite direction today, slack packing it. I had to go up the hill out of NOC, which was a real delicacy. At any rate, give you an update up the trail further.
Wicked Pissa, she's made it to North Carolina but had to get off due to some illness in the family, and she'll be getting back on. And that's always tough when you have to get off, because whatever family you had established, now you're going to miss that. Although I think Wicked Pissa, when she gets back on trail, she's going to skip ahead and go, keep hiking with her family. Of course, now that means her Nobo Pure is turned into a flip-flop, because she'll have to come back and pick up that section that she missed. P-Rex is, she got stalled there due to a resupply package at Fontana Dam. So that was an issue, and that can always be an issue with resupply packages that you FedEx or that you send through a post office. You don't know if the post office is going to be open when you get there, or if FedEx is going to be running, what their schedule is, particularly in a remote place like Fontana Village. And so she got stuck there for a couple days because of it. I think like 3 days because of because of FedEx's schedule. And then when FedEx did get there, it was too late for her to go start in the Smoky. So she wanted to share that with everybody. She said there at Fontana, there's no delivery of packages from UPS or FedEx to the Fontana Lodge on Wednesdays. So if a package is scheduled to arrive Wednesday, it actually gets delivered on Thursday around 5 o'clock, and that's too late to start into the Smokies after that. So keep that in mind, particularly when you're getting there to Fontana. Fireflow, she has made it to Daleville, and she's zeroed at the Super 8 there, and she said the Super 8, this is what happened to her because of bed bugs there. So think about that. Wherever you're staying, no-tell, motel, even bed bugs can be at a hostel. You need to check out what's in the mattresses. A lot of people, don't sleep, like when you get to a hostel, they'll sleep in their sleeping bag, but you feel like that at a motel you shouldn't have to do that. Well, that is not the case. And Kenobi, you're going to have to get down. So she said that, anyway, just wanted to warn people about that no matter where you are on the trail. Quilt reviewer, while she's out there on the day hike, she ran into Nobo's Sparrow, who is through hiker number 3, and that was at mile 1,186. And Sparrow's doing a calendar triple crown, and he said that through hiker number 2 is 2 days ahead of him, and through hiker number 1 is somewhere around the 1,400 mile mark. So they are all out there, it looks like, doing a triple crown. She said that they were, or that Sparrow was looking a little trail worn, so I would think so. That is some fast hiking getting up there. Chuck Owl, he has made it to Hot Springs, and he's taken a 00 there. Said there was a controlled burn about 6.5 miles north out of town, and so he had to, the trail was closed. He didn't want to go around and have to come back and finish it later, so he just took a 00. And usually controlled burns, they don't last, obviously near as long as a wildfire out there, and a lot of times they don't even shut down the trail depending on how big the controlled burn is. But that is a lesson learned, so check with the National Forest Service about where the controlled burns are going, so they post those on their site. You'll have to obviously go to the right National Forest Service web page, because they all have their different web pages. Go there and find out what's going on with the controlled burn in your area. Gadget Girl, she's made it to Franklin. She sends in this video.
Hey Ramdino, Gadget Girl here. I've made it to Waya Tower.
Drifter and Blue, they are in Marion. They're doing some slack packing there through the Grayson Highlands due to some high winds and cold temps. And other than that, they say they're doing well, and they feel like they are still ahead of the bubble. Nichols, he has made it to Uncle Johnny's, and he says he's starting to push bigger and bigger miles. Said his trail legs are definitely coming to him, and the body is responding positively. So, of course, Nichols is young, so hopefully you could expect that. But he says he'll be in Virginia on Tuesday. Sassafras Jim, he has started out of Irwin and on his way through the Roan Mountain Highlands. No Rush and Chopsticks, they made it to Hot Springs, North Carolina. They send in this video.
Hey Ramdino, this is No Rush.
And Chopsticks.
Well, we finally made it through the ice and snow of the Smokies, and we are now in Hot Springs. So it's a great hike. We're gonna take a 0 in the sun and get stuff washed, and we'll talk to you all up the trail. Have a great day.
See you.
Tara is making her way to Fontana, and then the Smokies said she celebrated a birthday at Siler Balls. A happy birthday to Tara. She sends this video of the trail and a hostel stay that she had.
Good morning from my hammock. You can't really see it. So I woke up to frost everywhere in my hammock. There, that's a better picture. Yeah, so 20 degrees or less last night. I made my coffee from some frozen water.
Good morning from the gorgeous Stays Hostel. I was here last night. It is an amazing place. I highly recommend Scott and Wendy, their hospitality. Everything here is just so detail-oriented and perfect.
007 and Odie are starting their hike today. Bluebird, she is made it through the Smokies. Congratulations to her. Headed into Hot Springs via Standing Bear. Says she's doing well and can't wait to see Zpacks in all its glory.
Hi Ramdino. I am about 4 miles from Davenport Gap, and this is my view. I think you probably know where this is. Hope you guys are having a great day. Doing great still, except it was a really cold 19-degree wind chill this morning. Took a little time to get up. Have a great day. See ya.
And I'm taking bets on if everyone here thinks how she did or if she was ready for Standing Bear. If you know anything at all about Standing Bear, you know what I'm talking about. Patches and Silent Bob, they are heading out of the Knock and making their way towards Fontana Dam and the Smokies. Odds, he is out there, and he cautions as always to fill up around the shelters, as there will be scattered dry spots between shelters.
Welcome back to the Appalachian Trail, Ramdino. This is your second water report from Neil's Gap to Hiawassee. Most mountain streams were flowing smoothly and plentifully. There were a couple dry spots, but as long as you fill up the shelters, you should be a-okay. The last water report around Cooper Gap is a very dry spell area, so if the water buffalo isn't there, stock up at the shelters. That's it. Happy trails, eh?
And says, remember, close to course plays a difference to safe water. That is his words verbatim. I got no idea what that means. I'm going to say that again, and somebody explain that to me. He says, and remember, close to course plays a difference to safe water. Maybe that's something from Canada. I don't know. But in any case, I appreciate you keeping us posted on the water sources out there. Wolfman, he's made it to Erwin, Tennessee. And after another fresh ground trail magic encounter, he is raring to go. Stick, he is through the Rhone, and he's up on Hump Mountain with 60-mile-per-hour winds recently while he was going through there, and he sends in this video.
Hey Ramdino, it is Stick here, and I just left Erwin, Tennessee yesterday, had lunch at Uncle Johnny's, and then stayed at the Maple Shelter, whatever it's called, last night, the first one out of Erwin. We're trying to do a 22 today and 25 tomorrow to get into Mountain Harbor. So, looking forward to continuing to use this beautiful weather. Trail conditions are fantastic. There was only one major downed tree right before we got into Erwin. But we're hiking, and we're going to close in 400 miles pretty soon. Happy hiking, happy trails, everyone.
Mountaineer, he is heading north out of Pearisburg, and TJ and Emily, they will be at the Knock in the next 2 to 3 days. So that is all the folks that have reported in so far. Thanks a lot to all you thru hikers that are doing that. That is awesome. Appreciate the videos, appreciate the selfies and stuff you're sending in, and thanks a lot for that. I know that helps other people out there, and other thru hikers keep up with thru hikers through this channel. So you know, people have told me before, hey, when I was out there thru hiking, I didn't have time to keep up with everybody, so I watched them through your channel. So that's awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Definitely a community effort there. So thru hikers, send me those videos or selfies or your whatever your updates. Even if you're not going to send any kind of media in, give me your updates on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and that way I can be sure and get you in for this the weekly update. So off trail, we did have a group that got off trail, or a couple. Pacemaker and Buttons, they got off due to Buttons' knees. His cartilage is shot in his knees, and it's bone on bone, so they had to get off. And but they're going to be coming back after going to the doctor and trying to do some rehab, and they'll be coming back and doing some trail magic for their tramley. So, and that brings up one thing about it is that, folks, that if you do get off the trail out there, particularly if you're updating us on a regular basis, or if you're updating your social media, there's nothing bad about getting off the trail or wrong. It can be for whatever reason. Maybe you're hurt, or maybe something's going on back home, or maybe you're just tired of hiking and you're done, and that's perfectly acceptable. Just the fact that you tried to get out there is awesome, that you tried. And so just by trying, you haven't tried and failed. You've tried and succeeded, even if you didn't summit at Katahdin or Springer or finish your hike. So, but we care about you. Everybody here worries about each other, and so if you get off trail and you're gone and you're done, particularly if you're posting on social media, please let me know so I can let other people know, and that way we know that you're okay out there. So we still got people that are leaving that are on our support list. That support list, the link is down below in the description. If you're a hiker and you're not on that support list, you want to be, the link to get on that is down below as well. And so the folks that are leaving next week are Renee Hood, Schnitzel, Jacob Cruz, Square Peg, RP, Liam, Russell L., Dwayne Garner, Mike Adrien, Brenda Link, F. Glacier, Keith, John Kopp, Tigger, and Kitty Slayer. I don't know if I like that or not. But in any case, those are the folks that are leaving. What do you think about that, Kenobi? You like somebody named Kitty Slayer? I didn't think so. All right, here comes Daisy Dog. Y'all are not going to recognize Daisy Dog. Here, Daisy, get up here. You're going to have to get up here so the people can see you. Come here. There you go. All right, Daisy Dog, turn around. Daisy Dog had a little bit of a haircut today. So anyway, there she is. That is Daisy, just not the same day. That's Daisy about 5 pounds lighter. All right, hop on down, girl. All right, so those are the folks that are leaving. We got registration and sign in. So we are just over 1,500 as of Friday that have signed in down in Amicalola Falls State Park. And just to give you an idea how we're doing, last year, at this time last year, we were at 1,632 hikers. So we're down about 8% from where we were last year. And that's kind of tracking with, you know, the way things have been going this year. It's just going to be a smaller year than it was last year. The trail right now is maxed out for 19 days. I think it was 14 last week. So we got 19 days that the trail is maxed out. Maxed out meaning more than 50 people starting on one day. So that's what the maximum carry capacity that the Appalachian Trail Conservancy sets for the trail. Now, I don't mean after 50 people, they're not going to keep registering people. They'll keep registering people. It don't matter if there's 300 people. They'll keep sending people out on the trail. But they feel like that's kind of limit, and I think that's high because there's not enough shelter space for 50 people at like Hawk Mountain, which is typically 12 miles in, so that's typically the first place, although there is another one. I can't remember the other shelter, and it's like at maybe 7 miles in, so people do stay there as well. So if they spread out, you're good. And it works out anyway, but still 50 people is a lot of folks out there. So registrations this week, we're up 319 NOBO. We're at 3,136 NOBO that are registered so far. We're up 9 flip-floppers to 147, and we're up 6 SOBO up to 95. So we are up 334 hikers that are registered through the ATC, and that gives us a grand total so far for this week, up to this week, of 3,378. So that's a lot of hikers out there. Obviously, not everybody, and we've talked about it before, not everybody registers their through hike, so you can count anywhere from 10 to 25% more people out there than that right there. So 25% depends on what ATC people you talk to as to what percentage you get. So I think 25% is a little high, and 10% is probably a little low. But in any case, that's where we are right now with registrations. We did have some super thanks last week, people giving support to the channel, so thank you very much for that. Janine Bickman from the channel of Hammer Lane to Hiking, thanks a lot for your support through super thanks, as well as Tigger Tracks channel and the Arkansas Hiker channel and the MJG70 channel. So thanks a lot, all you guys, for supporting the channel that way. And there's a plethora of ways that you can support the channel. Certainly super thanks. You become a Patreon member, but even your comments, those support the channel. Just those things, those keep me going as obviously well as the support does. But I love to see your comments, and your comments are, for the most part, 99% are always great. And the rest of the ones that are trolls, if they keep on trolling, they get blocked, so that's not a problem either. Those don't bother me. And what's really funny is a lot of times you guys will chime in anyway for those folks that are trolls out there. So thanks a lot. Love being part. That's one of the reasons I love being part of this community. We all look out for each other out there. And the folks that are trolling and are not making stupid comments, they're not really part of our community, are they? So thanks a lot for that, guys. But your subscriptions help, as well as sharing this channel. So the whole purpose of the channel is to build the hiker community and to support the thru hikers. And so we do that by sharing it with like-minded people. So I'd appreciate if you go out there and do that. That helps as well. I also want to thank a new trail angel. So I have a trail angel list that is a private list of trail angels up and down the trail that have agreed to help people when they get in a fix. So you know, these are trail angels that do it for nothing. So they will come give you a ride if you can't find a ride through a normal paid shuttle service. If it's an emergency, or if you need to get off trail in emergency, need to get back on trail, if you can't find anybody can get you there, or resupply, something like that. So I have that list. And our latest trail angel is John Freebald. So thanks a lot, John, for putting yourself on that list. Greatly appreciate it. If you're a thru hiker out there and you need access to that list, send me a copy of your ATC registration or your Smokies permit. Or if you're on my list, that would also help as well. But I need to vet people out because the trail angels that are on the list have entrusted me of doing so. And so I'm going to do that. So thanks a lot for doing that, John. So some news we got out there. Now, this is the thing, and I'm leading with this news because it's near and dear to my heart. You see all the animals that I have around me, right? So my pets are like my children. There is a dog missing. Sadie is missing somewhere, went missing around the Lemon Gap, Walnut Mountain Shelter area. That's in North Carolina, kind of between 40 and Hot Springs, right around the Max Patch area. So her mom, Bright Eyes, is a thru hiker, and they were hiking the International Appalachian Trail. Sadie, both of them were going for their Triple Crown. So Sadie's done like 8,000 miles worth of hiking. So this is a trail dog. It's not a stranger dog or anything like that. And somehow the dog went missing. I know there's a lot of folks that I put out an emergency notice on that. A lot of people came in and made some snide comments about her being on a leash. Yes, in the National Park Service on the AT, you're supposed to be on a leash. Not everybody does that. We don't need to go there. That's not what we need to do right now. We need to support Bright Eyes. So she's got, you could go to her Facebook channel and find that, but or through this channel, she's watching that. She's around that area, so if you can help her with resupply or food or batteries, she's out there, has been out there since the 18th looking for Sadie, and she's not given up yet. So if you have a drone in the air and you're somewhere around that area, I know you're not supposed to fly drones in the National Park Service on the AT, but the AT corridor is 1,000 feet, so 500 on each side of the feet, on each side of the trail. So you can fly your drone, take off and land in a national forest. So outside of that corridor is a national forest typically. So you can take off and land in the National Forest Service. You can't in the National Park Service, but you can overfly that area. So if you have a drone, particularly a thermal drone, that would be a big help in that area. I'm a certified commercial drone operator, so I know these rules to be the fact. So if you can help out, that would be great. Or if you can help her out in any other way, go out there, boots on the ground, help her with her search on the ground. I know that she would greatly appreciate that. Let me know. I can put you in touch with her. You can go to my short there, and I gave out some more information. Currently, there are some fires going on in the Shanties. We talked about that earlier. And the AT is closed from Beeman's Gap, which is NOBO Mile 948, to Elkwalla Gap, which is NOBO Mile 953. So it is closed in that area. You're not going to be able to get through there. So just keep that in mind. It's a wildfire, so you're probably not going to be able to wait it out, and your NOBO True is going to turn into a flip-flop. But go and when you get there, just keep that in mind. This is the prescribed burn season. Typically before the summer dry spell happens, they have a lot of prescribed burns to get rid of the leaf clutter and the underground clutter and stuff, so that wildfires won't get bigger. So check those National Forest Service units as you go up the trail to make sure something's not going to be closed. And then from Whispers in the Whites, he says that he's our northern correspondent up there. Of course, we don't have anybody in the Whites right now that are NOBO, but we may have some subos coming through there. And he said the higher elevations have received 15 inches of snow this week, and a big storm is coming through today, which will drop another 1 to 2 feet. So just be careful when you're up there. Now, the other big thing that's going on the trail, and that is the vomit sickness is back. That's noro. So this has been a problem every single year. Norovirus happens, but it typically doesn't happen this soon, and it typically doesn't start in Georgia. So I've got sources down in Georgia through the Georgia Appalachian Trail Club have indicated to me that they have found Nora starting at Hawk Mountain Shelter. So that's 12 miles in. So obviously it gets brought in from outside the trail. Nora doesn't, to my knowledge, doesn't just occur in nature. Somebody brings it in with them, but somebody brought it in very quickly this year. Usually what happens is it starts in the Smokies and spreads north from there. And a lot of times it'll shut down the hostels in hot springs while they go and clean everything up and get everything sanitized. But in this case, it is started way soon. So it's going to move up the trail as it goes. So everybody, I'm going to do a special video on that. There's a video that I'll have here at the end as a link. But just keep that in mind. And Daisy's got zoomies. She doesn't have Noro. You don't want Noro. This graphic right here gives you a great idea of what it looks like when you've got Noro. The National Park Service, they've issued a gastrointestinal illness alert for the Appalachian Trail in Georgia and Tennessee. So I'm going to get more to that, but if you do have Noro, what they're asking is that you do report that to the Appalachian Trail Conservancy so that they can track it. Let me see here. And the way to do that is go to track it at a special website, stomachbug@appalachiantrail.org. It used to be we are full of poop at atc.org. But now they've changed it to stomachbug@appalachiantrail.org. So seriously, go and report that if you know of anybody that's got Noro or suspected Noro out there. The Roan High Knob Shelter is going to be closed sometime starting in the summer because they're going to be doing some work and restoration around there. They'll probably be camping there around it, but it's very limited. So if you start coming in at Hughes Gap, there's not really great camping until you get over to Jane Bald, and that's way over past Roan Mountain already. So keep that in mind out there. So like I said, go to this video up here, check out Noro, what's going on with there. And then also these videos right here, if you're just section hiking, I got some videos over here in this playlist of all the sections that I've done all the way from Springer, well up into Virginia, and then Massachusetts and Vermont. So check those out if you want to get out and kind of see what's going on with that. That's all I've got this week. I'm losing daylight, folks. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out here.